So for me, on the way down, I feel like I'd press my feet into the ground. I'd like to use the ground, so I always feel like if I can get really grounded with my feet, kind of a kickstart, and if I just let it fall from there, I like the feeling of my right elbow coming ahead of me, so I try and let the club fall without me doing anything. I don't try and sort of pull down or anything.
Another demonstration, please. We can't get enough of you hitting the ball as solidly as you do.
Yeah, I'll try. Do you want me to hit one or just a...
Yeah, no, hit one for us.
All right.
Let's have a nice flush 6-iron again.
No problem.
Now that clip you just watched there, Tommy Fleetwood, one of the best ball strikers of all time. Now when he says anything about hitting good iron shots, it's best we listen. And what did he say there about getting those good shots? He just loves that feeling of that right elbow, right arm getting in front of him. Because when you get that right arm in front of you, what does that do? That makes it super easy just to be able to turn. Now it does get you into that spot and a brilliant impact. But how was he getting there? He just talked about letting the arms fall. He's not really trying to do it. He's getting that pressure, getting left, being nice and grounded, getting that sequencing starts into a good spot, getting that pressure left. You could also feel a nice little opening up feel with the hips as you do that, but nothing with those arms. So you might see so many things are trying to actually physically slot the arms in there. But for Tommy, no good. He just wants to feel those arms do nothing, start that transitional sequencing, and let me hit one here. And absolutely, it results in some really good right arm movement, like you can see there for myself too. So many golfers are trying to get this right arm and being really stiff, really trying to do everything with their arms, and that can easily result into one, a steep shaft, two, the arm getting behind the body, not in front. So really, really important one here. So I'd really say for this massively, keep those arms light and loose. And that's one thing I've been talking about on the channel so much. Keep those arms light and loose. Once you do that, gravity is going to have a much bigger effect on it. So you can see when those arms are light and loose and I just get my pressure shifting, get myself turning, not trying to do anything else with my arms, you can see right arm naturally gets in front, club shaft naturally shallows. Of course, if we're getting good sequencing also with the hips, so I said, he's really talking about that grounded feel. Feels like he can really hit good golf shots from there. But absolutely, getting that grounded feel, getting that pressure left. But something I love for golfers to do that complements the arms feeling relaxed feel is getting that left side being pushed back. Because you can see if I do both of those at the same time, right arm does get me in that Tommy Fleetwood position, and then I can just continue to turn through. So get those arms, make sure they're falling, and really getting that pressure left, get those hips going back, and absolutely everything's going to fall nicely in place here. And someone to that caliber, thinking of it in such a simplistic way is really beneficial. So what we're going to talk about here, we're going to get straight into some drills that get us into the positions we're talking about there and what Tommy Fleetwood is, especially in regards to that right arm. It's such an important part of the body to get right in the golf swing, and let's talk about how to get there with these drills and feels. So here we go, our number one drill here. This trains that light and loose feeling of the arms. Because again, if those arms are too active, you're trying to do too much, you're not only going to get that right elbow going behind you, steepening the shaft, you're also going to be ruining your sequencing. Your lower body won't be starting that downswing first, like Tommy was saying, we're feeling that pressure going into the ground. You're not going to be able to do that. The arms are going to go first. You're going to get out to in. It's not going to be a good sign. So what we're going to want to do, just grab your club here, get up to the top of your club with your left hand only, put the palm of your hand on the butt end of the club. And all I want you to do from here is turn into the downswing, putting no pressure here into the butt end of the club. No pressure into the butt end of the club. Get that pressure going into the ground left, rotate those hips, and put no pressure into that hand. You can see there, what's that doing? That's getting that club shaft to nicely shallow, but more than anything, it's giving me that feel of the hands and arms falling rather than having any manipulation happen. Absolutely brilliant. That's a great one, because then we can go and do that same feel, really have that nice light and loose feeling of the hands, let them drop, then hit the ball. Boom. There we go. Brilliant. So that's absolutely one real good one we can do. Another one we can do that's exactly the same type of feel. One of my favorites with a resistance band. Absolutely essential for you to have a resistance band in your practice setup. So get a resistance band, tie it to an upright just around head height, get yourself in kind of like a makeshift top of the backswing position, and then because you're gripping on something with resistance, you can't do anything with your arms. So it teaches you not to be active with these arms. And then, again, get that pressure into the ground, have a little turn, rotation of the lower body, feel nothing with your hands and arms. That's training them again to have this light, loose, falling type of movement. We just want our hands and arms to go along for the ride. And then absolutely, we can go grab a ball in the swamp of a net that it is here. It's rained non-stop for days, as you can see from how much water is in the mat. Replicate that same feel there into the ball. Boom. So really nice one, as you can see from that slow-mo. Great having that right arm in a good spot. So here's a great feel. Now, we talked about this feel just a little bit earlier in the video, but let's dive into a little bit more. It's about the hips, making sure these hips are being pushed back a little bit more, because having these hands and arms feel light and loose, feeling like they're falling, is one great component, just like Tommy said. But if we're getting that left hip being pushed back, it makes it so much easier for that right arm to get in front of the body. Gives me space, and space is so important to be able to hit good golf shots. So that's where so many golfers, they might have this light and loose feeling of the hands and arms, but they're trying to rotate with their right side of the pelvis, and that again, where's that right arm? It's certainly not in front of my body like Tommy was saying. So if we were to expand on anything Tommy was saying, add something in there which could help golfers even more, that would be having that left hip being pushed backwards. That makes room for that right arm to slot in nicely, get in front, just like he said, and then can turn through. So imagine there's a wall right behind you, a couple foot behind you or so, and you're trying to hit that wall with the left side of your pelvis. So you can see that is going to have that nice movement of the right arm. It's going to get in front of you, and that's going to make that good ball striking position. Feels really nice and powerful as well. Really gets you turning, really gets you spinning open in a good way. So crucial there. Just unpacking what Tommy said there is so helpful for so many golfers, because it gets rid of that feeling like you have to do something with the arms. Not everything you see top players do they actually try to do. And like Tommy said, he likes the feeling of that right arm getting in front, but he's not really trying to actually physically force that right arm in front. He's just letting his body and his pivot movement and his feeling of his arms doing nothing, just let them fall, get in there for him. So if you enjoyed that video, click the like button if you want more golf instruction just like this. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell button too to be notified every time I put out a video.